is from the national coordinators. But before this, I want to ask, does the OC or national board would like to make any announcements before the NA?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I just want you to know that Noemi had a family emergency and she had to go home early this morning. So we take over the MB duties and Dorka will say the final words at the end of the day.
OC?
They're not here.
Okay. Then I would like to pass to the updates of the current national coordinators.
What anymore?
Well, okay.
Yeah. The end is
Are we
live.
presenting the others
Yes.
as well? Are we presenting the ones that are not ours?
Because Wanda and Zita also sent in, I think.
I checked when that's happening there.
I mean,
I think just read the slides.
improvise. Yes. So, graphics coordinator, that was our Wendell. He unfortunately could not be.
It's just
It's gonna be difficult like this. Could not be here today, but he has a lovely mandate. He mostly worked on the Instagram. He created the layout that we are using at the moment. He completely reimagined what we are posting and how we are posting it, and he made an amazing job. He still has a few things left to do. He wants to make documentation and templates for a smoother transition. We already have another graphics coordinator that you will hear about later. Fulfilling promises made a long time ago. Now, I don't actually know what he meant by that, but I'm sure he will fulfill his promises and he will post a few more edgy posts. He doesn't really have much free time anymore because of work and the second job. And he's not rerunning, but he would like to remain as an admin. And best of luck for the sections.
Yeah, he's in Germany this weekend, this is why he couldn't attend.
Education officer, that was our lovely Zita. She still is from ESN Szeged. She did a lot of things. Yes. She mostly worked on education and the EDGEA project. She took part in the facilitation crash course and also educates. So we will try to merge the trainers community into the education officers job in a way. She worked a lot on EDGEA project. As you probably heard yesterday, they had an event, and this is also part of the EDGEA event projects. And she will send you emails regularly. She was in Educate, and she's very sorry that she cannot be here. Okay?
Have she attended any eyes? Okay.
But she had good excuses because she was at Educate.
No. I attended
And now she's on her.
I attended the last editor, so 800 people, I am national coordinator of ESN Hungary at the moment. My name is Dominic. I didn't write an introduction because I don't think I need to be introduced to you, because most of you guys know me already. What I done this year, I attended a bunch of international events. I was basically everywhere making connections so we can create bigger and better national events. What we are working on currently with Old World and New World. It's in the making, creating Hungary's first national event at the moment, because at the moment, as you guys know, we don't have a national event, but we will have soon, hopefully, if everything goes to plan. It's called the ESN Family Camping. In the other side, there's a bunch of information about this. I will tell you a lot more about it because I want you guys to come and enjoy it with me. And then also the EACREAT, this is the International Erasmus Games. This is happening actually at the moment in Warsaw. It was something we looked into it, but I think it's still needs some more preparing because the project is actually quite difficult because as an NO you need to create a delegation and create a delegation you need to first put out the material to event people, and also we need to create merch, we need to create a lot of things to be able to work with this. And I think also like it is a big rule set like what you need to be able to do with your teams and not to do. So it's a little bit more difficult project at the moment, but I hope my successor will be able to create and successfully start this project also. Yeah, and ESN Hungary camping. I think this is the big point of my mandate. We basically created an event with ESN Austria and ESN Slovakia, where the whole goal is basically to go and have fun together and get to know each other, because this is the point of ESN generally, and this is something we are very looking forward to. At the moment, it's the registration we will put out this weekend, I think. This weekend or the next? This weekend, yes. So please do apply and please do come, because it will be fun. The event will take place between July 17 and 21. It's a tenting event, so you are in nature. If you don't like bugs, don't come. But it's generally fun. Yeah, I mean, basic bullet points what you see there, that's the whole point of the event, so I cannot say much more, and I think I'm already talking for quite a while. So thank you very much, and this was my mandate as national coordinator, and I'm hoping to give my position to Juan, right? So I'm looking forward to give everything to him.
International Projects Coordinator this year. Since my last update, I haven't been the most active because I mostly focused on my transition, which is an okay thing. It happens on the national level as well, and I just wanted to point it out that I didn't do a lot, but you've probably seen my one email. But what have I done this year to kind of sum it up? It's a very gray area what the position is about, so we started defining what it meant for me, and basically worked on what I felt comfortable with and what the MD also gave me as a project. I fought hard for the rights of the NCs because I do think it's not a clear structure yet, and that's what I'm going to be focusing on in my mandate as well. I took part in several projects, mostly you saw my emails and Facebook posts. I hope you liked them. I found a successor, Blanca will be presenting soon, and I attended EGM and GA Sofia, and it was a very nice year. It was a very nice experience to work with the national board and to be able to look into the positions more, look behind the curtains, and it motivated me a lot to run for vice president. So this was me. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, I'm Kadir. I was the webmaster past Monday, and since the last NA, if you remember, I was talking about the Canva Pro. Actually, in that exact day, we got the access after I did the presentation, and I think you've seen the email. And if you haven't seen the email about the Canva Pro, I'm sure Zoe will have to help you out with the accounts. Other than that, I was mostly doing the background tasks with the workspace and emails and website. I was also at EGM and I'm a chair in this NA. Well, what's next? I will have a transition with Lantos in the upcoming months, and I will hand over my position. I will be still around, probably in NAs. So, thank you.
You're still in the national, right?
I think this was again. Thank you very much. Okay.
You guys can sit down except for Domi, because there is a question round for the about the family camp.
Yeah.
So for you guys there isn't, but if you guys would like to ask any questions specifically about family camp, you are more than welcome. We have some time.
I don't think I need to.
Yeah, you can ask.
So please, just ask away, because I have answers for you. Probably not very good, but not bad.
Is anybody writing any questions?
I'm trying to log into Slido.
Me too.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh, yeah, is another no new job.
Just friendly reminder today, all name, full section, full question, otherwise question is not accepted.
What can I do?
She's here.
Yeah.
Not in this room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Abigail?
Abigail, yes, another time. Don't worry, it's not about the budget, okay? But for those of us who are working, it will be part 2 attend from Wednesday. So I'm not asking for a reduced price if you can attend from Friday, but would it be a problem or?
Actually, we have a weekend package for the whole team because we know we understand this actual program because we are working people and I get it. So we have a weekend price also and you can attend on Friday. So there is a whole package for that because we understand we get the problem that it is an actual problem. I think it's 50 euros.
It's not listed on the event site, and events that we can but.
Just in,
Okay, thank you.
but yeah, we created the price for that and we are thinking about this.
Is anyone else writing?
I am writing.
Okay.
Okay.
One is for
It's gonna be a short one.
Are you guys coming?
Kadir?
Yeah, I don't have a tent, so.
You're
But-
sleeping on the ground, you know. That's fine. So that question we talked about it also because we understand we don't have not everyone has tents. So we're going to create a WhatsApp group where it's possible to talk with each other and maybe you can like tent put, you know, so you can still be someone. Not like that, no. But we will have WhatsApp communication for that to figure out tents. I also have tents, so I can give you actually one tent. I like 3 tents actually. Yes.
As a comment, actually in, I don't know, in other countries I'm sure, but you can rent tents quite
Yeah,
cheap.
you can rent here also, but the whole point of it is we're going to put them into one group, figure out the car, figure out the tent situation with each other because you know it's a community. It's also, you know, we are adults so we can talk together about these things. So.
Are you answered?
Yep.
Okay, national board?
My question would be, is there a minimum participant number?
Yes, 40 people under that we will not make the event because it's financially not viable for anyone. And also it's just too much effort for too less people. I don't very mind it because I think if there is not as many people as like 80, that makes the whole camping like a family, like a small family, but I really hope we're going to hit the 80 people because I think if like we promote it really well in our circles, like Austria, Hungary, and Slovakia, and we can also have the possibility to send it out to international. So that's the whole plan to put into EGN groups, chat groups, and everything, so everyone can sign up and we can choose from the people. But I think we're going to fill it, I'm pretty sure. If not, it's always work.
Abigail, is another time?
Another time, do you still need help either with the organizing or on-site helpers?
On-site, yes, because we need facilitators because it's not a big event, it's not oriented towards organizing big things, but we want to create a sense of team and getting to know each other, and it's the easiest to put people in teams, make programs. So we need facilitators and also people who cook and this stuff, but we sent out the one who will willing to help, and I think we will send it out again. So we can get helpers. We definitely will need it. With the organization, currently no, because we have almost 10 people working on it. The Hungary National or Austrian National Board is already working also the Slovakian, so we are pretty well manpower on that side, I think.
Is there any more questions? Or is anyone typing?
Yes.
Okay.
Agi?
Yes. I'm Lucy, and I heard that you have an agenda. and you want
Yes.
to speak on it, and can you give us some examples what you have planned for these days?
Yes, so the agenda is almost done. We have a couple of responsibilities to fill in with especially OC programs that OC needs to create because we create an agenda for OC and also for participants. So we can be up to date and like keep moving forward with the whole thing. And the programs are mostly teams. We were thinking about looking for volleyball, but mostly like line games, you know, just to fun into running, you know, getting an angle in your hand, you can break and this kind of stuff. So you can, you know, laugh with it a little bit. I mean, the whole agenda, it looks like we have a morning breakfast. After that, I don't even know what we put, but I know like the social tourism are in the afternoon, and also since we're going to have boats, like canoes, we will have a canoe trip from the morning until the afternoon. That's why we don't have lunches. That's why we have pre-packed lunches to, because I'm always not going to eat that much in the day, and we will figuring out that we have a big breakfast and then a big dinner, so we're going to get full, and in the lunch just eat the sandwiches and snacks and stuff. Yeah, but basically that, and when it will be public, good question. I mean, it will come with survival guide probably. I mean, until that you don't need to really get it, but we will put it out the survival guide.
Any more questions? Anyone typing?
No.
In that case, I propose to close the speakers list. Any objections? Do you have an objection? In that case, speakers list is closed. Thank you very much, William. Then I will now be moving on to introduction of the new national coordinators. So would you guys please come on? Procedural?
Procedural. I would like to ask the General Assembly to give voting rights again to page if it's not voted on already.
Yesterday it was voted on. ESN Patch and ESN UPS are able to vote on everything except the package because you guys were not here, but you were here for the rest of it. So that's so SSO and action plan and everything else you can vote.
Thank you very much.
No worries. So yes, national coordinators introduction. Alright. We're a bit ahead of time, so I think it's okay. So how's that, everyone? Enjoying it? Yeah, and we're spending it inside. I propose next ending outside.
9:40 to the camera. The national coordinators. It's new Sunday.
You need to put new Sunday. Oh. Yes. You should have it because what was you doing?
Yeah. Okay, okay. We'll start.
Okay, you want to do it now? We have time to go for it. Okay, you can go up and also do
Announcement. As you saw in the agenda today, we will have 2 workshops. We put a tab in the agenda document where you can check them out, and please choose which one you want to attend. There is a CV workshop with Veronica, which will take place here in this room, and there will be a health prudent burnout workshop with Sheila. Please look for her, she will announce where it will take place. Also, if you have any ideas, any topic that you would like to discuss today within the open space, please put it in the open space tab of the agenda document, and let's discuss stuff that you are interested in.
I'm on procedure. I am proposing to change the order, and as we don't have the national coordinators here present because one of them is OC and she is in the shop, so I propose to move on with the support structure promotion and then do the introduction for the national coordinators.
So just switch them both around.
Switch them to
Okay.
both, yes.
Any of the scrutinizers? Okay. Do you guys approve to switch around introduction election of national coordinators and support structure promotion in the agenda. All in favor? No? Abstain?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Vote has been approved. Thank you. Yes, before we pass, we will do a quick announcement. Guys.
Hello everyone. Just want to remind you, hello. Just want to remind you about the SSO amendments votes, and just want to let you know two things. One, about the question of how we're going to vote on about the specific topic with the 3 amendments. That's going to be one vote. So it means that with that specific topic, we're going to vote either proposal 1, proposal 2, or proposal 3, or none of the above. And with the rest of them, they're just going to be the general votings. Also, it may be a little bit confusing, so please check it again about the specific amendments, because I heard that some people thought that the 5th proposal is to let the AC stay, but the 5th proposal is to remove the AC from the motion of no confidence. So please, if you have any questions, reach out to me during the coffee breaks or any time before voting. I will also remind you of the specific proposals before the voting, of which one is which. So proposal 1 is which proposal, proposal 2 is which proposal. So I will remind you before the voting so that you know.
Don't we have a comment?
Yeah, just I put into the open space that last time about this. So
Good, great. Let's do
would
it.
you have me with them also?
Yeah, I will join you. That's a great idea. Nice.
Okay. Any comments, questions? Then I propose we move on with the promotion. Thank you.
Can I get it?
Yes, of course. Good.
Okay. So, in the next few minutes, I would like to talk about the superstructure of the national level. As you will hopefully see soon, we have a lovely team of national coordinators, but we do have some positions and teams that we still can join and be part of and get into the national level. So, first and foremost, it was my initiative to create a new coordinator position. This coordinator position would be called Network and Coordinator. Basically, we argued that the Vice President doesn't really have any immediate support in the national coordinator system. The one who is supposed to be working under the Vice President is National Event Coordinator, which is a very different kind of position than the Vice President. And if we are going to have national events, their hands will be always full with those. So they can't really do the task that the VP would need them to do. So kind of because of that, I would like to create a position with a future coordinator. What would be the tasks? Basically, attending the VP and HR calls, both external and internal. It would not be, they wouldn't have very big responsibilities. I think however they would want to participate in. Just be there in my absence, yes. Be there and kind of give me support. Let's come up with ideas together. Let's start working together as a team. Also, I'm planning to do a lot of sessions with it, and it's very hard to do alone. So it would be lovely to have a coordinator who could help with the planning of the section with it and actually attend, so I'm not going alone. And the next VP I'm not going alone. Also, a big part is they would help with the local works training. It will be a very big project, and more men to work on the project is so much better. And this would be a big part of their mandates. We would probably, as I mentioned, the training community is still in big issues. And with the help of the education officer, they could really bring it forward and make the community an amazing thing. And we could have, as we have probably a skills academy kind of thing, we really will need these facilitators. So I will not have the right amount of time to handle the community. So this person will be helping with that.
Also, the section questionnaire, it came up this weekend as well. It's a very, very big task, and it in the end comes down to manpower, so help with that. And also updating the national point system, constantly writing, updating the sections, how they are doing, asking information, and just being a coordinator for that as well. This is just a basic general outline that we came up during our mini transition with the new board. What I really want is to focus on building up this position with the person who gets elected, so we can work together and figure out the areas that they can provide help for me, and I can also give them tasks and what I can delegate. Yes. And an existing position is a partnership coordinator, which is the only national coordinator spot that is not yet filled. And we would like to encourage everybody to look at the task and think about if you want to do more in the network, if you want to try yourself out, then this could be a very nice position for you. The tasks are basically seeking new partners, maintaining relationship with current partners, doing a little bit of the treasurer's work, helping our future treasurer, hopefully, promoting the ESN card, promoting responsible party, and just being regular calls and discussions with the community. We do very much need a partnership coordinators, so if you are interested, just reach out to either of us. We will be very, very happy to tell you more. Or you can also find the previous partnership coordinator. She might be able to answer some of your questions.
Reaching out to the treasurer is also a viable option. So in the absence of Noemi, I take over the introduction of the NR support team. This team was established last year, and in the previous semester it worked really well, I believe. So you can consider that. You were part of it, right?
Yeah, but I was not the main member, I'm an honorary member of the NR team, so as I know that the two NR team support members, they were constantly working, and they were as well, so.
Yes, so they assisted Noemi with drafting emails, because Noemi sent out tons of emails, like it was incredible. And they proofread a lot of stuff, and the NR team took part in crafting the position paper of ESN Hungary and ESN International. So this would be the primary task for the new members of the NR support team as well, and whatever on which adds to it. As we heard Aldrich yesterday, I believe that it was quite clear that he also imagines his position as quite a diplomatic position. So if you are interested in this field, then we definitely recommend you to join the team. If you want to try yourself in this area, representing the country, if you love to write texts, or you have a lot of free time to travel, and if you are interested in the cause of ESN International, there are a lot of communities, and all kinds of structures in ESN International which have regular calls, and even if you are not a member or like officially a member of the community, you can still join them. And this way you get an insight into how ESN International works.
So again, so as I said before, thank you. So HUCOM is like Hungarian Communication Committee. We currently have like two departments, which is branding and graphics. which was done by the previous national communication manager, and this was established by previous communication manager, Zabigate. So the most part of the HUCOM is like it supports the national board and me, and we keep the sections and the national organization away from the strikes and warnings of ESN International for branding. And also we have the sections with graphics and IT support. We will start right now, and more things else, whatever they require help of. So we are expanding. I know this was every time like income starts at a very high moment, and somewhere around the line it just dies out slowly. So to prevent that, I would like to propose to change it into from a committee to a community, so that it would create a big channel for all the PR coordinators, graphics coordinators, and the webmasters in our network, and which actually gives us quite a benefit, even though in future, or like if there was no communication manager, but still this community can go on, rather than just solely relying on the communication manager to make it work. So we have public relations committee, graphics committee, and the best one, the IT committee. So, well, it's very simple and plain, like at present, the PR committee, they're going to do connect like PR coordinators and also interested members, and they brainstorm on different things and help me out. I know it's vague, but I will give you a plan when it's completely ready. And same with the graphics coordinators. We have also the graphics coordinator, the next graphics coordinator, and she will lead the team. So, and the IT community serves the entire United Webmasters and also the tech-savvy members of our community. Everyone has place in our community, so yeah. And this enhances collaboration and also idea sharing. And thank you, I guess. Oh yeah, if you're interested, scan this right away and please share your interest so we can start the process together.
Does anyone scan the code?
Yeah.
We can scan it, but we can also send it out.
Sorry, can I do it with screen?
Yes.
Wow. How did you join it?
I already fixed the printer yesterday, the other day.
No, you don't. I guess you guys are going to sing this. Okay, now I would like to pass on to the new national coordinator introduction as we switch these around. Are the coordinators here? Yes.
Oh. The woman is here.
We have one member. She's very happy to present.
Okay, the one member can come and present.
Now was so long is so.
Okay.
So then you do the home.
You guys ready?
Yes.
Great. You got it. You have it.
Okay, so we are going to be introducing the new national coordinators. I'm very sorry for you guys been hearing my voice in the morning, but this is the time for it. Okay. It's okay. So our newly elected education officer is Yvette. She's from Szeged. She never drinks alcohol. She's always at parties. She never stops talking. She has a lot of ideas, And her main aim is to bring all sections together to share our experiences. I feel like the education officer is also a position that is very vague. So what we are trying to do during this mandate, and hopefully just in the summer, is defining all of these to exactly know what we are doing, because in the SSO it's like three little things, and we will try to create the positions with the people.
Hi, my name is Carol. I am 22 years old. I am in ESN since 2021. Thank you. I study law, but it's nothing like it shows. And I live in London with my family. And actually, my goal is to survive, but yeah. And no one is stressing because I'm going on Erasmus this fall, but I will be here online. Don't worry.
I think you're clicking.
I'm not fun, but she's also an ESN member since 2021, and she was former president, PR manager, tandem coordinator, and she's currently in Portugal, Erasmus, having her best time. She's a business student and a consultant intern. Oh, you can always find her in the yoga studio when she has a good time. So plans for the mandate are helping sections to share knowledge and cooperate, and putting Hungary on the map of national events everyone wants to go.
Wow.
And
Blanca is not here, but you've all seen her this weekend. She's running around. She would have loved to present her ideas, so please go up to her and ask if you are interested. She's an ALTA member since 2020. She was a faculty coordinator and a vice president at ALTA. And she's doing a lot of things, obsessed with cats, traveling a lot, she's facilitating and all things. And her goals as a national coordinator is helping sections realize projects and events related to the causes of ESN, and supporting the national board with projects from ESN International, and having a lot of fun. These are very broad plans. She did say much more in her motivational letter, but you guys will be so surprised to see what she's doing.
the last but not the least, our web project administrator, Lampo Feher. And okay, where to start? So he's juggling currently with 4 languages. I think one of them is Spanish. So once baked 100 pancakes in one sitting. Not nice. So Matt can be fun. No, Matt is fun. He can enjoy the parties more without alcohol. Portuguese is not the best. Please, you can agree or disagree about that. Probably never. He likes waking up early, and so, well, something that he didn't mention is like his plans would be helping me out. Trying to bring satellite 5 alive, so extra information, and I think this is it. Did you guys anyone else? Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Also, unfortunately, for you guys in the question round, as a procedural comment, I would like to remind you, please respect the presenters. Please do not talk while they are presenting, and everything you say can be heard on the camera. So please respect that.
Procedure, I think the questions can be used since we don't have other than the one here from all coordinators.
No, I'm saying there isn't a question around. I'm saying it's a shame that there isn't one. Okay, so I would like to now pass on to EGM. So the people who are presenting about EGM, you can come up.
So our international guests are leaving. This is why you're saying goodbye. So say bye to you can jump your last.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for having us here and hope to see you soon.
See you.
Don't forget to see you on
camping.
Where are you going?
I need to plug it otherwise.
Don't forget to shoot. You guys ready? Yes. Okay, so no presentation for EGM, but because we had the biggest delegation in the history of EGM, we wanted to show you and to show you what it was like and encourage you to apply for next year's edition, which will take place in Ancona, Italy. So, first of all, just a generic introduction. Erasmus Generation Meeting is now by definition the biggest student-led conference, at least in Europe, but maybe in the world. And we had, that's for sure, that over 1,000 participants. The exact number varies from 1,100 to 1,800. So we are not sure how many we were, but definitely a lot. We had participants from several Hungarian sections, which we were really happy about. And we asked two people, Anna and Flora, to tell us a bit about their experiences. You might have heard some trivia or funny stories about EGM, but we wanted to show you another side of EGM as well. So I would like to ask you first that when you applied, what did you expect from EGM? What it would be like?
Definitely networking, because I haven't been to an international event before, and they told me that there will be 1,000 people. So I was very eager to meet them and also to get to know more people from the Hungarian delegation. I believe we were 31.
30, I believe.
Yeah, delegation. Yes, and as I'm kind of a newbie in ESN, I haven't met very much of them. So I participated in 5 sessions, I believe, 5. And this way I could see 3 different types: discussion, elder generation talk, and knowledge hub. So the organizers was trying to make it as colorful as it can be. Knowledge hub was about, like I would say, a high school class. So it was very interactive, and we could speak with the facilitators about various topics, but the main topic was inclusivity. Yes, inclusivity. The Erasmus Generation talks were about 20-minute talks, 20 minutes, and the discussions, the most were about mobility, and how students can make the best out of their Erasmus. The last one that I participated in was less positivity for better inclusivity. And this was more like a therapy session. Actually, it was my last, and it was the best closing for me. There was a girl, who was part of the international part of ESN, and she was one of the facilitators. Yes, it was kind of a discussion, so I enjoyed it.
And yeah, so first I heard of PGM at the NA of Para. But this is my first national event of ESN, and EGM. EGM was also my first international event, so I was kind of new of this. And my expectations were, I didn't expect to be this big, the event. So I really enjoyed it. I could also never play it well, I don't think. The best I would say was that I met a lot of people from ESN Hungary, and we made very close friendships, I think. I also attended 5 sessions, and my favorite was my last one, where, because mostly I attended small sessions, like small talks, where we couldn't really participate in. And my last session was like we were involved in the sessions, so we could talk about and get to know each other better with the other participants. So yeah, it was very nice.
Do you remember maybe the titles or the topics of the sessions you participated in? The general topic of the whole conference, sorry to interrupt, was inclusivity. I don't remember the exact catchphrase, but inclusivity of race, disabilities, sexual identity or orientation, and all kinds of inclusivity.
So the first one I participated in was about language, and we had to work in groups to identify common language problems, and to speak more in a gender neutral way. We were not really connected to inclusivity, but I attended 2 sessions related to how you can work in the European Union. Because as I will be an intern, I was interested in these topics. And also, there was an EG talk about space science, because in the past women didn't really go to outer space, and the facilitator talked about how it evolved over time. Who was the first woman to be able to go to outer space, and other minorities as well.
So I participated 2 small talks about mobility. One about how to get rid of barriers, and one was cultural differences.
Yeah, the sessions I participated in, one was an interactive workshop session. We imitated a debate in the European Parliament. We were divided into 4 groups, which represented the 4 main parties in the EP, and we had to debate for or against the proposal. Then I attended a session about ESN Bulgaria being involved in national lawmaking in the Bulgarian parliament. They passed the voluntary law. And the third one, I have it on my tongue, probably an EG talk. So EG there was a generation talk, you want to imagine it as a 20-minute talk. And besides the workshops or besides the sessions, what was your most memorable experience of social programs, or within the delegation, or in the people you met?
I believe it was actually the first social program, the frat parade. It was literally very colorful. Because yes, I think most of the participants will all be there, and there was also live band. The weather was very hot, and it turned from cold to hot in a very short period of time. So many people got sick. But the weather was nice after all, and yes, I think the factory is a very good beginning.
My favorite was that how listeners filled up the whole city, because there were thousands of badges of ESN members, and everywhere you were just going, you met someone, and you could connect, and everyone was very nice, very helpful, and you could just talk about everything. So this, I would say, was my best experience.
That's great. How much time did you have?
You have time, you have 8 minutes.
If you want to, I mean, we could go on for a long time, but without photos or without some people knowing the stories.
Just tell the petty story, please.
Oh yeah, because sorry,
I approve.
yes,
No.
yesterday Patty mentioned a line in his presentation that he is the last president. Do you remember the story?
It is actually related to what Anna said, that you could bump into anyone. And that was the life course. Yeah,
What's
so,
that story?
yes, so I believe that he didn't have internet connection, or your phone died.
Ah, my phone died.
His phone died, and he couldn't know where to go. And for his luck, he found ESNers in the center. He wrote into our chat that there's the last president.
A very unofficial international chat.
Do you have a gossip page? Recommend to check it out for fun.
Yeah, so we are still on live stream and anybody can watch it. Not that I say that it's an international IB member watch it, but yeah.
So probably being a gossip.
Maybe I can just point out one more event, which was the expo. I really liked it because we could get to know the other sections better, the universities better, and the cities where there are ESN sections. So,
Can you explain what is?
yeah, so expo is like every university or every section is participated from the country, and they are trying to show or present the university, and people who are going to Erasmus or coming from Erasmus, they can get to know the university they are gonna go better. They can ask questions, or they can get contacts from the people they are already there, or with the people who were there as an Erasmus or Erasmus. So I think it's very helpful for everyone. Yeah.
Who is interested and has a definitive idea?
Yes, and the best part is that everyone is collecting stickers, and yeah, so
Promotional material of the universities.
yeah, so this is very cute.
Yeah, so I would say that next year, if you are interested, then you should definitely contact your university, and not only for financial help, you should definitely do that.
It's very
But
expensive.
also for promotional material, because it is important for the universities to understand that this is a big opportunity to promote them, and especially for Hungarian universities, it's crucial in my opinion. So I believe that the expo will happen next year too, and just bring all the gadgets and all the promotional materials and all the stickers to the expo. Oh yeah, it was a crazy sticker collection race at the expo.
Yes,
If you
I'm
want
very
some
happy.
stickers, I have some, so come up to me.
I think I counted 400
You won.
I kind of have the same amount, but I'm already on all of my bottles.
It was on the ESN table, they had like stacks and stacks, so we just took from my section.
I got 5.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask?
How do you feel that? What did you bring home from this event? In a food poisoning.
Stickers.
As a physical or as a memory takeaway?
Made a lot of friendships, which I'm very good around. And veggies and stickers. I was very happy that I could get more information about ESN in general and about European Union things. Actually, if you are interested in being an intern working in European Union institutions, I have booklets that tons of booklets that have been given me. Yes, the city was also very beautiful. So I'm thankful to being able to go there. Yes.
Yeah, I would say also friendships and memories. What I been getting ETM during the time, and also a lot of stickers, badges, bags, t-shirts, all the stuff. But yeah, memories what I will remember till during my whole life. So yes.
Thank you very much. We are really grateful that you were there, and thank you for telling us your experiences.
Thank you.
Before we pass on about GA Sofia, I would like to let you guys know that at the end of all of these trip updates, there will be a joint question round. So feel free to start putting questions into the Slido as they're talking. Okay.
Hello people!
There's a presentation.
Yeah, and I'm not supposed to be presenting. I think it was either Blanca or Noemi, but apparently national boards die out by the end, and this year it's literally dying. So General Assembly Sofia, what is the General Assembly? The General Assembly is the highest decision-making body of ESN. It's kind of like this one, but on the international level. ESN is present in 45 countries as of now, which means 45, at least one representative from every country is supposed to attend. The event itself had around 150 participants. This is a picture of the people from the Central European region. We did a picture together because why not? Because we are fun people. But so ESN Hungary was represented by 4 people delegation. So we are like a year ago I was alone in Portugal for GA and then in the last autumn it was Blanca and me for GA Ankara, and I was 4. So can you guess the next number? 1, 2, 4. Yeah, hopefully. Let's have that many spots. So it was, ESN Hungary was represented by Blanca, Noemi, Dorca, and myself. The General Assembly structure on the international level looks the way that the spring General Assembly is the electoral one, where we elect all the international board members and the support structure, the statutory bodies, which means many teams, many people need to be elected. It's 3 days, almost completely filled with presentations and plenaries. We had 2 candidates for the Vice President of Governance position, and they had over 60 entries on Slido, and their question round was over 2 hours. Just those two candidates. So it was a really long one, a really tiring event, but yeah, let's see the results. So Rita got re-elected as international president. Kaya, well, I was quite surprised by the how much she won with. I don't know if that makes sense, but yes, she was running against the current position holder Yanis, and she won. So she will be your next vice president for governance. Vice President for Development, Christy from ESN UK. Yes, we will have a new treasurer. I'm really excited to see Rui, how he will be performing. And Lina and Darwin got re-elected as communication managers and WPA. The next General Assembly in next spring will be in Dubrovnik. It was against somewhere in Turkey. So it was either Turkey or Dubrovnik, and Croatia won. So the next one will be in Thessaloniki in the autumn, and then next spring it will be Dubrovnik. The chairing team, Paulina got elected as GA chair, Administrator Gonzalo, and if you have been there at NA, you might remember Nelly. She got elected as GA secretary. What else? There were several documents that also had to be accepted. Minutes of the extraordinary general assemblies that we had between GA Ankara and GA Sofia. There were some internal rules that were changed, superstructure guidelines. Most of them were just wordings, but I believe if you are a vote holder or if you, so you should have seen these documents that we sent out during the section consultation process. Action plan proposal, financial report, internal audit report. These documents all have been accepted, and Blanca chose just the correct picture that everybody looks nice except for me, who is blinking. I think this is a picture of the Austrian-Hungarian monarchy, because I don't know, it started off as a joke, and now this is something that we casually do, that we take picture with the Austrians. So the first 2 days were mostly about the candidacies and the presentations, and then on Sunday we had obviously the announcement of the results, but as well we had a long discussion on the feedback of EGM. I think you can still check the live stream because it has been recorded and you can rewatch the whole thing. It was so I highly recommend you to take a look at that as well. And I think that's it. And I'm not the president at ESN, and I'm not the former national president. I'm your former president, but I was there and Blanca is not here, so here we go. You can hear my voice again.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Next, I would like to pass on to the National Assemblies. As I have not received anything for Bulgaria, this is what we will not cover. So I would hope the National Board would ask Andrej to send a video out to the network regarding Bulgaria. Can you make sure of it? Okay. Also, I would first like to cover Poland, and then we will do Croatia, and then we will do Slovakia, as that's the order I have them in.
Oh, okay, so this is not the best picture for this room, but so I'm in ESN Poland for the National Assembly. And okay, so just the basic information. Warsaw between the 16th and 19th of May. They had 2 packages with accommodation and without accommodation. The theme was Star Wars. I think I started watching Star Wars movies just this year. I spent 28 years of my life without them. They had social programs. Yeah, as you can see, it's a 4-day long NA. I'm not sure if all of their NAs are 4-day long or just the elective ones, but this one was 4 days long. So they had 3 nights with social programs. They had city game, pop rock, and another night. Apparently, they had another night for every NA. And yeah, so this was an elective NA, and it took it very seriously. Difference was first, yeah, that it's 4 days long. And the whole Friday was for the MV updates, which was kind of short, and then the elections. They had 2 applicants for more than, I think, at least 3 posts. And it's a bit different, their election process, or at least the presentation, because the other person doesn't have to leave the room. Both of them can stay in the same room while the other is presenting. And then they have joint question round. So both the applicants are standing out here, and they can ask questions, which is good because usually people are asking the same questions from both of them. So at least it shortened a bit on the process, but still, as you can see, it lasted until 8 on Friday. So this is a very, very long day. I'm not sure how they are doing it. They have a trophy for themselves with asking questions after every presentation. A lot of questions. So, yeah. And I think I forgot to write down the links, but I noted down on my hand. So apparently, International Erasmus Games is a very big thing in Poland. So they have a national round thing to qualify for the International Erasmus Games. They even had, I think, 5 teams to run to be able to participate in the international ones. And also with the international guests, they have, we didn't have to give a presentation, it was the 4 of us, Andris, me, a guy from Croatia, who I have no idea who he is, but as soon as I arrived, he was like, hey, Abigail, and I'm like, hey, nice to see you. I have no idea. Anybody knows Ivan from Croatia? Please let me know if I met him or not.
I just would like to remind you that say you are.
Oh my god. I thought he's not funny. Thank you.
Everyone.
So, we didn't have to do a presentation. We just had to introduce ourselves, and then we had kind of like an open space. They could move around between us, and they could ask questions. From me, they were mostly interested in how we and the student union work together, because that is a special thing also in Poland, not just in Hungary. And also the audit commission in Poland, I'm not sure if it's only a yearly report it was, or this is for every NA, but they had a presentation and they evaluated the work of the national board. They listed positive, neutral, and negative things. Some of them I think was a bit too harsh because they just checked, is it done or not? They didn't check if it's like 90% done, so it can be a good thing, or a neutral, it could lead to the negative thing, like it's not done. And also they have the communication manager from Spain, and the audit report, the written one, was in Polish. So the guy couldn't check what is their problem with his work. I felt really bad for him. Yeah, but I highly recommend going to their NA because you can meet not just Polish listeners, but also usually they have other international guests. So, but be ready for a very long day.
It's also 3 days, right?
4. Yeah. And also, I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but the runner-ups created stickers for themselves, at least 2 of them. Like the left one guy, it says Radical of the people and for the people. Unfortunately, he was not there. The sticker was not enough. I hope you're not funny. I'm sorry, I always forget about it. But really understand.
Next, I will pass on to Croatia and then Slovakia. If I can present.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I attended the National Assembly of Croatia, which was happening in Osijek, which was very lucky for me. It's like way closer than Budapest. So it was a 3-day event actually. They start from Friday afternoon. In the Friday afternoon, they have the national board updates, and they have something called section presentations. Basically, every section comes and present what they've been doing and what are their partnerships and what are the best events and everything. So I get to know all their events and everything. And we had an icebreaker, which was harsh, I would say. I mean, funnily, because it's a name game. If you forget the name, you will get a hit with a paper. So, yeah, then, and it was an editorial NA, so it was, well, they love our open discussions, but they didn't have an open discussion. It was just presentations and question rounds, and all of them who applied got elected. Yeah, the candidates were impressive, and all of them were elected. And I met ESNers from Romania and also Poland. So I had a very, very good remembrance of my social programs. Like, it was a nice party, and they were making a team out of it. Like, everyone was dressed, and it was a competition, like who will dress the best. Unfortunately, I don't belong to any sections in Croatia, so I was left out of that. But yeah. No, then I got adopted with Rakia from some people, so it was the best. And that's it, I guess. Okay, yeah. It was a very fun experience, and I would highly recommend to visit the national assemblies of other countries. As Croatia is our buddy country, they loved me having there, and also they would love to come here as well, so let's go. Thank you.
So, Tommy and I were attending the 2023 National Assembly of Slovakia, and we were in the beautiful city of Košice, and he was the main chair, and I was there as a vice chair. It was my very first time attending another country's NA, so it was a really good experience. And so that was my first time also as a vice chair, and it was really interesting. I got to learn a lot of new things, and probably what was the most interesting for me, that during one of the sessions, there was a part when the national board had to leave the room, and there were like an open discussion about them, and people could tell all of their thoughts, I guess.
State of national session, basically. Because with Slovakia, they had some problems with that national board, and they had to discuss it and let it out the system, and that was like grand session rather than I think that's what we can mention. On my side, I was major. Basically, first time going for National Assembly of Hungary, National Assembly, and first time majoring. My team was being late always. Because I don't know, it's me. But it was an amazing experience because I went there without knowing basically anyone. It was a surprise that was my vice chair. I found out that there is another Hungarian there. I was like, okay, this is interesting. Actually, Vicky invited me, it was here already left, because we met on chat and we were in the same body family make it in general, but the only thing with the Slovak candidate, they don't know how to make an agenda. So all they learn. But it was an amazing experience, and I would very suggest if you have the opportunity to go to national assemblies, go, because it's a huge experience and you can get to know so many people and look at a different way of how their system works, and you can take away good things and also bad things, but you can involve yourself and improve yourself. So I think that's what I would suggest. So yeah, go to national assemblies, take some time.
Thank you very much. That is all from the National Assembly update. So now I would like to pass to Esther for study session Budapest.
Hi, hello, everyone. My name is Esther, and I'm representing ESN Hungary. I attended a study session in Levezen, in the European Youth Center. It was called We Choose Peace, and it was between the 12th and 19th of May.
ESN Hungary. And I was in Graz in 3 weeks ago in a national team event called National Team Event. Yes. One applause for our beautiful organizer, Anna Toller. Her first national team event and last national team event as national coordinator and as ESNer. I very appreciate her work in ESN Austria, so I definitely want to mention her. What was this whole event and where we were? Living in the city of Graz. We were next to it in the mountains. It's a really nice place, which is pretty easy to get there with bus and with kind of like 5 hours and 1 hour more monthly with buses. Kind of easy to get there. You go straight from Budapest. For me, it was a little more complicated. Starting with there is no train at the moment from village from here to Monterey, only buses. But at least I was pretty early there, and I also am when we had the first person. Of course, I was not. So I guess was the first one there, obviously. But once to be was the whole event. Oh yeah, this is the landscape. It's a beautiful place there. Also there is there's nothing here. Oh yeah. No, it wanted to be a video, but can you go back here? Yeah, so this whole place in the mountains was ours, our beautiful building and football pitch and campfire place and volleyball pitch. So I can, if you like going nice places, I can definitely recommend you it. But also, who were there? Technically, almost every Austrian section. Not really remember to meet people from Salzburg, for example, but maybe just meet them. But Innsbruck, Vienna, Graz, technically almost everyone from Austria was there. But it was still the first time that they organized this event, so it was like for first try at all to do something like this in Austria, because it was the first event in Austria, but there was definitely a lot of other events, ANAs usually in Austria. They wanted to give some other kind of characteristic for this event, not focus on the official tasks, but more about, like its name telling us it's about team event, the more team building and get to know with each other, so we want to focus on to invite more people, not just from Austria. That was the reason why ESN Padova, Maribor, BME, and Zagreb all, for example, to participate, and they really warmly welcome us there. So, nice picture. Yes. Yeah. And what we do? Yeah, there were workshops during the day, like most of the ESN events, but they are not really, like I said, focused on. It was not like about team management, not time management, not like leadership. It was more about team building, and I had a common experience together. And our tasks for every day were also like cooking a machine, we had to do it all together. If I want to do also video, but no. And our social one was beautiful game night and campfires, marshmallows and no people burned down, and also our nice stories was very perfect. And when I want to go back and I had definitely recommend for you this whole event, because otherwise the place is absolutely beautiful, but it's more about other kind of experience that, like that we are official ESNers, like it would be a job or anything, like a profession being an ESNer, but for me, the original reason why I became an ESNer, and it's all about our friendly networking and experience gaining with each other in one big community. And yes, and thank you. Sorry.
I would like to welcome back all of the speakers who just spoke about all the event updates for a question round. Oh, wait, that's me. Yeah. Okay, so bear in mind we only have 10 minutes.
Don't block it. Yeah.
We only have 10 minutes for the questions, so ask if they're important, otherwise please feel free to go talk with them after the question. So firstly, Kadir.
Yeah, Esther, what was the highlights from the EGM feedback session?
So they collected people on the stage, there was Adele, and then people from the media team and the content team, and they were put on the stage and we could ask them questions and provide them feedback. The concept of the whole thing is still a bit foreign. This was the third edition of EGM, and in the previous years it was always like bigger and better and whatever. But at this point this is not sustainable in the way it is. So Adele is already writing several recommendations for her successor on how to change it. We already know for a fact that EGM Corner will have around 800 participants. So the fight for the spots will be, well, I do not envy Andris for being an hour in these times. Social program will also not on the OC. There will be some socializing, like there will be an international dinner, but it won't last the whole night, so that the OC doesn't have to take responsibility for that. So many things will be changing. I think we will be obviously notified about everything. These are for now recommendations, and then we will see. But there will be a bigger change this time, and like a concept change.
Just a comment to keep it real. They received a lot of negative feedback about the event, and they did not, from what we could saw, they did not take it well, the negative feedback, and the session was mostly about them blaming us for having too high expectations. And for that, it just didn't sit well with me, honestly, the way it was projected.
But as someone who has been to multiple AGMs, you also have been to multiple AGMs. This was not good. Like in comparison, this was not good.
Yes.
But the problem was that the feedback,
yeah, of course.
The feedback session was more about you have too high expectations. This is not the event for you then, and if you do that, it's the outcome.
Yes, I'm on that side of the camera, so I did not want to say that out loud.
But considering that we're paying, most NMs are paying up of their own, up to 500 euros for flights, especially for countries that are not so convenient for flights, like Latvia, for example. For flights, for participation, for accommodation, we are putting a lot of money, so we expect a lot, and you cannot take that away from us.
Exactly. So this was also mentioned, and we have heard about how it was the fault of the situation, and that everybody else except for a few people. So it's a really tense topic now, I think, because everybody, like, when they announced, oh, it will be 1,500 participants, and it will be the biggest EGM ever, and they were really hyped for it, and then organizing-wise, it did not deliver. But when we provided this feedback to the international board, for example, they did not take it well.
Would somebody else like to comment on this topic? Yeah.
But I do recommend you to rewatch the live stream. There are some funny things in it.
Okay, Taha?
Yeah, it's engaged to Esther. Can you tell us a bit more about how we can apply the studies that we went through to other sections or other cities like the countryside?
I went to this because I'm very into ESN and we got support of the Novena Bioethics in Hungary that we can apply to this. And you could apply it through the website of ESN. And then you have to enter your CV, your motivation letter, and then they selected some people and you're asked if you're sure if you want to do or not. I decided to go, but I didn't know anyone, and I was very scared if it's a good decision or not. And they have these study sessions here and in Strasbourg because there are the only cities that they have European youth centers, but most of the sessions are here in Budapest.
Taha?
Stability. Well, was that like such a major issue that you think it can be found in the other different sections, or was that like specific for that section?
Really not specifically, because
I think you should refrain from commenting on any specific issues, if it was an open discussion, it should not be discussed here. Like comment
it was
on other people.
public discussion, not open discussion. So it was yes. It was.
Okay, then, sorry.
No, because I think it's not necessarily specific issue, but they are like, you know, they have lack of transparency. That was a big issue in the board, and also just like the people who are in positions, I think in my opinion, were not taking as seriously as they should, and there was they were lacking in a lot of things, and that's why they had kind of this anger tone, because there was expectation were not met. They were asking a lot from the sections, but they did not give back too much for them. But they improved a lot of things. Like I can see the trajectory that is showing upwards, that they are trying to fix that problem, and they are trying to move the people out who need to be not there, and this stuff, they still have a long way to go. Obviously, their animal is much younger than ours. They are 5 years younger than us. And also, they are smaller than us. Like their section and everything is smaller than us. So I think that issue is not applying to us, because I don't know what we are lacking and what we are is pretty good in my opinion, or is that's very effective done. So I don't think it's going to be a common issue in our section.
Okay. I'd like to ask Olivia, what works do you think, or what do you see that we so
I didn't really hear the other
Before, yes.
I really liked the election. I think it was more, it's not about being friendly, but it's about being straightforward. If you're not ready to say something in a person's face, maybe you shouldn't say that out loud. So I really enjoyed it, that there is no backstabbing there, but I don't know how the other sections is about, if they want to change that election or not. And also, I really liked that there was a presentation of the AC, even if it was too very much detailed. I think it would be a good thing, even just a short update from the AC, so that we can ask questions from them. Because, for example, during this day, we didn't have the official time to ask questions from the AC. And for example, I would have asked about the missing budget reports and why are they not giving an opinion about that. So I think these are things that we can think about. I am actually thinking of talking about the AC in the open space. If anybody is interested about thinking of the future of the AC, if we should ask them to have a presentation on the NH or not, I will write myself in the open space stuff.
Thank you. Before we continue, is anyone else typing? I would like to close the speakers list. Any objections? No, the speakers list is closed. Kadir?
I would like to ask Zoe about the section presentations on the creation NA. Was it like useful, meaningful, like there was there actual like updates?
Yes, so the section presentations are something like this. So they first introduce what changes that have been done within the section within this time period between these NAs. Then the second thing would be like what are the events that we're doing, how they were, and do they have any problems. So they share it openly with the network of Croatia. And the fourth one is, this is something like really good, like they share their partners and how they're getting partnerships, because some of the sections in Croatia, they have somehow partnership with Coca-Cola. And even the National Assembly was also sponsored by Coca-Cola because we got free Coca-Cola everywhere. So it was very useful to have for sections to have an insight on each other. So it was, and also for international guests, we don't know anything about Croatia. We know Dubrovnik and Zadar, but like knowing more about their events and everything is like amazing. So yeah.
So that's a follow-up question. I forgot my question.
So then no.
You can ask it in a break.
Yeah, okay, I'm asking in a break.
Right, then thank you guys for the open questions. Before we go to workshops, we have 3 things to do. You guys can sit down then. Thank you. All right, I will also say this. Okay, so 4 things. Okay, I'm gonna quickly say what we're gonna do. We're gonna have an announcement from the OC. We're gonna then have the 2 workshop holders come here and quickly explain their workshop and where you need to go. I will close the live stream, so you guys have to wait until I do this. And then I will also put up Sohid's, you will explain. But those 4 things before you go to the workshops, and then after the workshops you go straight to the coffee breaks. Everyone good? Clear? OC.
Thank you. So, hi guys, I welcome you as well today, and I'm happy that to see so many of you alive actually after last night. So I have 4 announcements. So who hasn't signed the registration form, please do, and find Hanna from our helpers. So please sign if you haven't done it, because we need it for the grants. It's crucial, so please do it. And if you know anybody who hasn't signed it, please tell them to find our helpers. And who has been collecting the clues for the games, please give them to Marcy, one of our helpers, because they cost extra scores for your team. So you will be most likely to win. And yes, who has died in the Joker game and hasn't collected their ribbon something, please go and find also Hanna for the ribbons. And last thing, we will have lots of snacks left from the coffee breaks, and we will put those on the coffee break tables as we did before, and you should just grab something that you like at the end of the NA, so you can just take it for the train ride, for home, whatever you like. Okay, so please don't leave anything here, because we have to throw it out and we don't want to waste food. Thank you.
Thank you.
A quick small thing from my side is like, so we gathered all the reports and of some of the national events that our members attended and also international events, and we made it into a booklet so that you can read and also share it among your sections. I will also send an email about this, but we are publishing it here right now, so it's open, guys. Let's go.
I will then quickly close the live stream before we pass on to the workshop holders. So, to the live stream viewers, hi. Hi. We are now officially closing the live stream as we are doing just workshops and open space left. Thank you for coming and watching us, the 3 viewers out there. So I would like to officially say that the live stream is closed. Thank you. And now the workshop holders can come.